fellas, welcome to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. I'm recording in bulk. If you're watching this, especially Warframe players, sorry, I'm recording in bulk because we're going to talk about some things that I generally want to talk about, but I'm also going to try to do some bite-sized videos to try to fill in the blanks because I'm going to be out for a week enjoying my time with my friends and my family, and I hope you do the same, by the way. But my Warframe friends, we're talking about more Destiny. Again, we will try to buy into more Warframe as we go. When I say buy in, we'll try to find more reacts and things to talk about. I do have a video idea that I want to put some time into and some detail to try to promote the game in my own way. But I want to do my due diligence and actually do a good job. I want to put some effort into it is what I'm trying to say, right? Reacts, you put effort in reacts and just thinking about what you're saying and how to, talk about it. But let's be honest, reacts are so much easier than actually sitting and editing a bunch of stuff. Like, hey, Merry Christmas, by the way. We're almost to 5,000 subscribers. When we hit the 5,000 subscriber mark, I will no longer be Jack Black's body double. I said at 5,000, I would shave the glorious beard. We are getting close to that 5,000 subscriber. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So, what is getting out there now is Paul Tassi. Paul Tassi has been kind of on a weird slump. Like, after he went to Bungie, he's kind of been up and down and just like defending Bungie. Then he's also been criticizing a bunch of developers, like attacking and just, I don't know. He's just being really weird, and it almost makes me not like him. So I'm interested to see what his take is. Destiny 2's Trials of Osiris is giving out tons of loot to losers. What a title. It's obvious that it's rage bait, right? It's very intentional, and it's probably out of context for what he's actually meaning. By the way, I did play Trials. I got the Marlet, which is nasty. I got the God Roll grenade launcher, the Cataphract, or whatever it's called. I did not get anything. I got some all right hand cannons. I didn't get the shotgun or SMG to drop. I got a couple PvE rolls with like one PvP pulse rifle. And I got my 7 wins, opened the chest after getting like 2 or 3 score streak, and then I got a bunch of tier 2 and 3 loot. Even though if I just throw a game, I get range tier 5 loot. It is a weird experience. I guess if you're watching this from Warframe community, because as I talk and interact more with Warframe, more people are going to subscribe for Warframe. So if you're part of the Warframe community, you don't know Destiny. Trials is the end game, what she's going to explain. So let's just read it and then I'll explain more detail, right? I've covered a few times how Destiny 2 is positively dumping loot on players now. Something I suggested in the stingy Edge of Fate Portal days, but things have escalated to a kind of wild degree. If you're from Warframe, Destiny relies heavily on levels. And what we mean is not just like maxing out your gun or your Warframe. Like, you actually have an artificial number that lets you do more damage. And it isn't through like modification, like how in Warframe you can put mods and you can increase the damage. This was just artificial. Get to 100, 200, 300, 400, and then you can do the thing, right? I know that's like a foreign concept to Warframe players because you can just do anything in the game. And it's just based on how you modify your character via mods versus at what power level. There's no real like necessarily power level for Warframe. It's just hit max rank on your character so you can add more mods. I mean, you could barely level up a Warframe and have some best in slot mods and then just destroy content. So it is a completely different experience. So, but Edge of Fate was very stingy in power level and barely gave you anything worth your effort. Now Renegades, everything pretty much gives you power level, which is great and should have been a thing because power level is pointless anyways. The latest development here is the return of Trials of Osiris, the sweaty 3v3 PvP mode that has been a staple of Destiny for almost its entire lifespan. It's a game mode that most PvP players stay far away from, and over the last 6 months, the population of the mode dropped perilously low. At one point, only 9 3-person fire teams were playing the mode, but now, go play Trials. I'm serious. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's pointless to, like, it is actually better actively to just lose, like to literally just get a kill, throw yourself off the cliff, and then in the final match, shoot a guy and then just die. And you'll get rank. If you're like max level, you'll get tier 5s. Like, you don't, it is better to just not, like, I almost want to find a way to AFK, because you could just AFK and get loot. The loot dumping now very much extends to Trials. It's a mode that you used to have to grind pretty hard to earn top gear, but over time, Bungie made it more and more open to attract more players. Now it's just show up, get everything, but for better or worse, win, great, lose, whatever. Here's your stuff, all tier 5. Of course, if you're at that power threshold. I'm not being derogatory when I say losers, as I would consider myself one with a losing record during my runs the last few days. But in playing a bunch of matches late yesterday, I got a full sub Trials armor on all 3 classes, which I use purely for transmog, and probably 4 to 5 rolls of every current Trials weapon drop, which at tier 5 is probably going to have some solid rolls you'll want with its 6 per selection. And now PvP people, there are good PvE rolls there too. So for people who play Warframe, imagine you do your PvP mode, instead of doing end game content, like let's say liches, Kuva liches, or sisters, or the new infected. I haven't played yet on that. That's content I still haven't touched. I need to touch. Imagine instead you get some amazing guns there, but imagine instead of doing that, you just play the PvP mode, which, let's be honest, DE has said that it's pretty much abandoned, but you play that and then you get like best in slot gear, and you don't even have to win. You just literally lose, and you get the best gun, some of the best loot in the game. That is Trials right now. You get the Immortal, the SMG, the hand cannon, void rifle, the grenade launcher, and the shotgun. Pretty sure that's everything right. It's not the biggest pool, but even at a loss, I'm probably getting 2 drops per game. I think it might be better if you win at least 1 round, plus you're getting probably 2 drops of downing weapons as well at the same time. This is so good that traditional Trials players are complaining that the Lighthouse is pretty much pointless at this point. You might as well just keep playing random games to get all the stuff. From what I've seen, that's probably true. Get in there, just don't jump off the side, please. It is crazy, because that's exactly what you should do. Just jump off the side, shoot some dudes, get a kill, and then you get free loot. It's just that. In fact, we have a reaction from a couple people. We have Night Show. Well, the problem is that you also play 3 games. There's no point in playing it, since you already have gotten everything it offers. So yes, playing it is super rewarding no matter if you win or lose, but there's no longevity to it ever with the system. This has been proven, and it's why it will never do well. So we're talking about Trials. This is Grenadier Jake. For anyone from the Warframe community that doesn't know, Grenadier Jake is the Trials guy. He does carries. He is the PvP player. People love him. People hate him. Some people, he's one of the best PvP players. To other people, he's the dude that cries cheaters to everyone he loses to. It's a mixed bag with this guy. I generally don't have a solid opinion on him outside of that. I think he has some very based fair takes. Like, sure, you can hate him in the PvP side, but him as just a general content creator, I think he's a little bit more based in his criticism, especially since he plays PvP, which is becoming if you play Warframe and you're like, and you like the PvP in Warframe, and you're like, you wish Digital Extremes didn't abandon it. Well, that kind of translates to Bungie in Destiny, where to them it feels like Bungie's abandoned it. So now you can kind of get the same feeling, right?
Trials kind of hilarious now. So it's another Crucible mode with tier 5s raining on you whether you win or lose. I would have to make a long video to really break down my thoughts on it, but there's so many pros and cons to that. Like the cons, it just doesn't really matter if you win anymore. It doesn't feel important, which also is a pro, because like you can get really good loot for just playing. Like, that's what we've needed for a long time, is people who just want to play Trials because the loot you can get from it is so good. Like, the good news is, like, I don't think people understand this. If you still play Destiny 2, you should be playing Trials, because you get a lighthouse passage, you go play solo, win, lose, doesn't matter. You just get loot rained on you. Good loot, good PvE weapons, good PvP weapons. I think there's a lot of people who still have it in their mindset that they have to go flawless to get good stuff. You don't need to go flawless to get good stuff, dude. You just need to play the game and lose or win, and you'll get good stuff. The part of me that's saddened by that is Trials. One of the things that made it so amazing and exciting to me, and Great Armor, one of the things that made it so amazing to me was the adrenaline that came from it. We're on lighthouse game, no mercy. We got to get our carry to the lighthouse. This is all or nothing. Like, those moments felt special. And it's part of what made Trials, to me, so addictive and so mesmerizing. But on the flip side, having it just rain loot on people actually makes it so it's a good idea for people to play it. And the number one issue with Trials has always been the player pop. So if you have a bunch of great armor and great weapons raining down on you for just playing, then people are going to want to play, and they're not going to be upset when they lose or when they have bad teammates on their team or whatever. They're not going to care because they're going to get loot anyway. There's pros and cons. I think more pros than there are cons, but it is true, Patty. It's kind of just a little bit like a casual playlist now. Feels like quick play with super loot.
Which I've said for the past several years that Trials itself feels so pointless when you have competitive, which is Trials used to be the competitive mode. And then we also had Iron Banner, which was a seasonal thing. Like, and now it feels even weirder because Iron Banner and Trials, like, none of these really change when it comes to PvP. Like, nothing substantial. It's like, oh, a game mode that you can only play on this one time. Woo! It's just the identity has been watered down way since Destiny 1, and I think if that's what competitive is supposed to be, and I think the problem is that competitive isn't like a traditional 3v3 in the sense that it's set up consistently same, because it has different modes that swap in and out, and it's based on rank versus like a passage. And I think we're at the biggest problem that most people have who actually love Trials and want it to be good is that the thing that makes Trials is pointless. Getting a win streak, you used to have to get 7 wins to get the best loot, and now there's no reason to go to a lighthouse. In fact, you get worse loot if you don't have a win streak. It is actually worse to go to the lighthouse, so you get worse loot. Like, I could not believe that I got like a 2 or 3 win streak. I opened the chest and I got a tier 2 weapon. I'm like, this is awful. Like, the old system before the tier system, I would at least get adept for getting 7 wins. Trade my passage, you can get an adept weapon, like 1 adept weapon, which I think most people like that system because you still knew you can get an adept weapon. You could grind for it. And I think the token system was fine too. The problem was, I think tokens should have been received whether you win or lose. You get more if you win, you get less if you lose. But the problem is you had to go through and unlock the lighthouse to get the tokens, which felt backwards. I feel like you should earn tokens as you're playing, and then you go to the lighthouse after earning 7 wins and then cash out, and then you get the best loot. Like, I feel like instead of just handing loot, you hand tokens and you get more for winning. So it encourages you, and you get more if you're on a win streak. Like, that's, I think, how you could solve the dilemma for Trials loot, is that it incentivizes you to win more and often to get more tokens to then trade in for that guaranteed tier 5 loot. I know some people like are gonna hate that because people like myself, I do play Trials casually now, and I don't even bother. I just jump off a cliff and I get tier 5 and I'm done. So I get it. I get from the casual side of you just want the thing and you don't want effort, but at the same time, for longevity, which is a problem, it's the fact that if everyone gets rain loot, They won't be back. Like, you could get everything right this week, and then once you get it, you don't care what the next weapon is in rotation. Like, that's another problem, is that you can get every gun up front instead of just target farming one weapon, which again has its pros and cons, because if you don't want to wait 3 weeks to be able to get one weapon that you want, it feels bad when you have to do that. But I think the token system itself would be better and would incentivize you to want to win. Wins equal more tokens. Win streaks equal more tokens. More tokens when you get to Lighthouse means more buyout. And then the ability to reset your passage to do it all over again. That's just my thoughts. Just a quick, a quick in the dirt video about trials. I have no stake in it. I will sit there and farm out casually and get all the best loot with minimal effort. And that's what it feels like. I feel like PvP is the easiest place to get tier 5 loot. Like, you do not have to put any effort into PvP. Just get a kill and that's it. Once you get one kill, you're guaranteed tier 5 if you're at level, or if you're at 400, you get tier 4 or whatever, right? You don't have to try. It has its pros, but I think the cons of just not giving a crap, especially if you're losing, or if it's a landslide and you feel like, why bother try? I'm just going to get good loot anyways. Like, I'm not going to waste my time with a team that just is just awful, or I'm doing awful. Like, man, I'm not playing good. I need to go play Minecraft or something instead. I'm just check out, right? But let me know what you think down below. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button. And as always, I'll see you in the next one, and have yourselves a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or Merry Chrysler, whatever you believe in. And I'll see you guys later.